Surprise, surprise, I'm launching a new community called Launch Anyway. And even though I'm a huge overthinker and low-key perfectionist, I was able to create a full-on website for it in one day with Framer. And when Framer reached out to me to document this whole journey and share it with you, I think it was just a match made in heaven, because I've been hearing about Framer, I've been meaning to try it, and I really needed a website for this community, so it's just perfect. I didn't get around to trying Framer before because I just think the idea of trying a new tool was a bit overwhelming to me, and after using WordPress for so many years, it just felt like a big step to try something new. But I'm very happy that I stepped out of my comfort zone, learned Framer, and even though I'm not a pro, even though I'm not a designer, I was able to do this, so I'm going to show you how in a little bit. Stick around to learn how I went from the initial branding ideas to brainstorming with ChatGPT to choosing the template in Framer and then customizing it and finalizing it to create the website for the community. Before I show you how I chose a template and customized it in Framer, I want to show you the behind the scenes work that went on before I even started, using Framer to create a website. I basically first went to ChatGPT and to Canva, and I mapped out the kind of sitemap I want to have for the website. Like, I want to have a home page, I want to have an events page, I want to have resources and about page, and then also some like ideas for what I want to mention on each page. Like on the home page, I want to have the newsletter sign up. On the resources page, I want to have, the templates. On the events page, I want to have workshops, meetups, and co-working sessions. And basically just like brainstormed a little bit, a rough outline of what I want to have. Also, I needed to come up with a visual identity for Launch Anyway for the community. So for that also I use ChatGPT a lot. Here's my ChatGPT window. I used it not only for the website structure, but also for brainstorming, branding colors and the logo. This is actually a logo that was created by ChatGPT, believe it or not. Like, I just asked ChatGPT to generate a grid with 6 logo suggestions for this brand name, and it came up with this, and then I chose, I believe, one of these ones. Yeah, I asked it for some logo directions first as well, and came up with this basically. Then I also asked it, can you suggest free color palette options? And one of the color palettes was this, which I think is a beautiful color palette. So I decided to go for this one. I also asked it for font recommendations. I know I could have chosen fonts myself, but it really minimizes the amount of me, being online and looking through fonts, if I can get some suggestions and then see from there if I like them. So some of the fonts that recommended are these ones, and fonts I found that were kind of similar and that I liked and that are available, for free are these two, so I decided to go for these 2 fonts. I also took a look at some example websites for communities to see what parts I liked. Like, I like this feature of some members, so I kind of just googled some websites that are similar, like community websites. So yeah, basically I highly recommend you map out a site structure, kind of website structure beforehand, what you want to mention in the footer, what you want to mention in the header. What I also did is I created this little document, mini brand guide, very basic. I didn't need it to be perfect. So basically I came up with this idea of a logo mark, these free blocks, because Launch Anyway is like launching before you're ready, step by step, block by block. So I decided to have these free stacked blocks as my logo mark, and then adjusted the logo to fit like this. And this is my new official logo. It really didn't take long to make. It's not perfect, it's not designer grade, but it works for this use case, and I like it. So I came up with some cover images as well. This social sharing image for the website. That is basically all of the kind of branding work I did. And after that, it was time to move over to Framer, choose a template, and then start kind of learning step by step how to customize it and how to, make it my own, basically. And I want to start by showing you that Framer has lots and lots of free templates that you can use to get started. And I just chose one that looked the most me, like it would be the most fitting and personal and cozy, for this community. There are different categories of templates like technology services, landing page, e-commerce, conference, membership. I believe I went either to membership or services, and then I chose one of the templates from here. Let me filter by free, and you can see all of these templates that are really, really nice. I can't find the exact website that I use, but let's say I'm interested in this one. It looks very sleek and modern, and I can just click use for free and then copy, and then the template gets added to my Framer project. This is what, you know, the homepage template looks like. You can also see what the page would look like on an iPad, for example, or on a phone. So that's really, really cool in Framer that you can see everything you need to see, basically. So once the site has been copied over to Framer, you can also take a look, see if you like it, and already start customizing, like changing the text here or changing, you know, the images, replacing them like that, adding more sections, maybe adjusting the footer as well, just clicking into it and adjusting the elements. It's actually more intuitive than I would have expected, because I always heard that this tool is really great for like designers and more like, I guess, a bit more technical people who already know how to use Figma really well. And I know the basics of Figma. I am, you know, a marketer. I guess I am a little bit tech savvy, but I'm by no means like an expert in web design and web development tools. So for me, it took just some clicking around, I would say. Framer also has great like tutorials on their website as well that you definitely need to check out if you're starting out. I watched a few of them. I didn't have time to go through the full academy, but that is on my list. But you know, even without going through everything, I was able to customize my website in a day. And now I want to show you what my website looks like, because I'm really happy with how it turned out, and all I did was customize the Framer template, exchange like my colors, so kind of set my brand colors, exchange the logos that I made in Canva beforehand, and that's basically it. So let me show you. I'm in my workspace now, and I have two projects. One of them is the Pro project, where I connected the website design and, you know, the whole website to my domain, launchanyway.com. And the second one is what I showed you just now, just to show you how you can start with a template. Clicking on my website, you can see this is the desktop version, this is the tablet version, this is the phone version. I still need to replace this video on the homepage, but other than that, it's all done. So what I did is, I replaced, you know, the logo here in the header. I changed the navigation items from like services and contact to events, resources, about Substack, my Substack, and a get in touch button, which was already there actually. And then I exchanged the images to images that I think represent the community best. I wrote all of this text myself, but also with the help of my huge ass ChatGPT chat, which was always very helpful. I asked a lot of questions. Also, when I didn't know at one point or the other how to do something in Framer, I just asked ChatGPT or I Googled it and I figured it out. So that really didn't take long at all. So let me just walk you through the homepage and just scroll through. What you'll find here, I have some components here, upcoming events, and this is an embed actually of the Luma calendar. So whenever there will be upcoming events on Luma that I'll publish there, which is kind of like similar to Eventbrite, the events will show up here. So that's really, really cool. Then there is this really nice carousel of love, some nice things people have said about events that I organized, and then why launch anyway. So this is the home page, and here you can also switch between pages. Let's go to the About page. About Launch Anyway. Again, nice picture of me. Then the why, the vision, what you'll find here, and a call to action. Then the resources page. This is the resources page. And also this is an embed, for now at least, of Gumroad. So I have all of my resources on Gumroad. Of course, in the future, I will also probably add them directly to the website. For now, I decided to keep them here to make it easier. Then I have contact, which is just a plain contact form. Whenever someone fills it out, I get an email sent to my inbox and I can reply. Super, super easy to set up. Also, it was in the template. I just adjusted where the email gets sent. Send to email, and then I can specify the email where it should get sent. I added an image on the bottom by just selecting plus and then image and drag and dropping that in here. So that was also super easy. And then also I created a folder called events and then free CMS items. So free content management system items like workshops, co-working sessions, and meetups. Why CMS? Because these pages have the same structure, basically. So if I go to workshops, I have a page for workshops for solopreneurs, which is one of the event types. Workshops, this is what it looks like, upcoming events, carousel, and then call to action. If I go to co-working sessions, you'll see the structure is the same, the design is the same. Co-working sessions for solopreneurs, here's what you get, upcoming events, carousel of love. And then for meetups, looks like this, meetups and chats, here's what you get, upcoming events, carousel of love. So the structure is the same. So you can see these are the free pages, workshops, co-working sessions, and meetups. I can click on workshops and then change all of the text here instead of changing it on this page, because this kind of content management makes sense for repetitive pages where the structure is the same. Also for blog pages, I haven't created a blog for this website, but it was in a template. So these are pages that were already in the template, and if I were to want to have a blog, I can add it to the navigation and then I can add my blog post in there. So you can replace a title, the slug, and then write the blog post content here. So that's really, really cool, much easier and kind of faster than doing it in the visual editor like this, like changing the text here. It's a bit more clicking around, I would say. So yeah, my website is now live and I couldn't be happier, and it really took a day to set up, which is crazy. I was expecting it to take longer, especially because it was my first time using Framer, so I was kind of learning on the go. It really doesn't take long if you know how to Google and use ChatGPT, basically. Or if you have some time and you want to learn it properly, which I'm planning to do, you can go to Framer, like I said, and then go to their academy and check out their courses or videos to learn step by step how to use Framer, which is, incredible. I watched, like I said, like 5 videos or something beforehand, and they're all very high quality. So Framer Fundamentals is the one I started, and you can go welcome to Framer Layout 101, adding content to the canvas. There's so much gold in there. So yeah, the community is now live and the website is live, which is very, very exciting. And I can only encourage you, if you need a website and you want to build it fast and you want to make it look really, really nice, to try Framer, get over this hurdle of trying a new tool and learning a new tool, maybe watch a few tutorials, then you can copy a template like I did, and then start just playing around with it and click around, and I'm sure you'll figure out most of the things as you go, and those things that you cannot figure out will be in the Framer Academy or online. Someone has probably asked this question before. Contrary to popular belief, I think, you don't need to be a designer to use Framer and to build a website in Framer. I think anyone can do it. You just need a loose structure, an idea of what you want to build, a good template, and a little curiosity, I would say. And if you are a solopreneur, marketer, or founder, let's be honest, you already have all of that, so you shouldn't worry about trying Framer and building your first website with it. If you want to see the live website that I've built, you can find it below. I would love to hear your thoughts. And also, if you want to try building your first website in Framer, then I've also left a link for you below to try it. Thank you so much to Framer for sponsoring this video and for encouraging me to finally learn Framer. It's been on my to-do list for ages, and I'm really, really happy that I gave it a try and that now I can say I can use it and I've built something really cool with it. And I would love to see your Framer builds. Bye bye!